Hi and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new and you like makeup, beauty, hair or hauls, then please consider subscribing. So I just want to start off today's video by saying that it is sponsored, but all opinions are going to be totally honest and my own. I'm always extremely honest in my reviews, and just because it's sponsored doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So today I'm going to be doing kind of like a little review stroke demo of a new skincare device that I've received. So this is from a company called MEDICUBE. They're a Korean beauty brand. They do all sorts of products. I have actually got quite a few products to test. Obviously today I'm just doing the EMS device. But they've got like skincare product, they've got loads, honestly. There's anti-aging, there's zero pore products, there's collagen boosting products, there's a lot, there really is. So EMS is electronic muscle stimulation, and basically what it does, I've done a similar product in the past, but I have to say this one's so much better. The other one was kind of like a 4-in-1 device, and it was really good with the red light, but with regards to the EMS, I didn't feel the strength from it enough. Whereas this one, opposite end of the spectrum, this one is great. So yeah, it's electronic muscle stimulation, as I say, which basically targets the muscles underneath the surface of your skin. So it will tighten and it will tone those muscles by sending electronic pulses to the muscle to make them tense up and then release. As you would if you were doing like ab crunches or something like that. I've said in the past that these are like, I don't know if you remember the slender tone belts. I think they still do them actually, that you put on your tummy, and it makes your tummy muscles tone and then release. And yeah, it works in exactly the same way. Obviously on a slightly weaker level, you're not going to have it that strong on your face, but yeah, so let's call it a gym for your face. So yeah, as we get older, the muscles start to loosen, you know, gravity and all that. And yeah, you kind of get, that's why you get these kind of like droopy jowls sometimes. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But this device will help to maintain sort of a youthful look and help those muscles to stay tighter. I will say that with all devices like this, I always say seek medical advice first, because there are a few contraindications as to why you shouldn't use this device, epilepsy being one of them, because when you use the device around your eye area, kind of from here to here really, when your eyes are closed, you will see flashing lights. That's perfectly normal. It's fine. It's not going to do you any harm. But obviously, if you're epileptic, the flashing lights can cause a seizure, which, you know, we don't want. Also, if you have braces or anything like that, because obviously metal in your mouth, it can cause an electric shock. So you can't really use these if you've got braces either. So this is the product itself. So it comes in this box, a really beautiful quality box. It's called the Derma EMS Shot Machine. And it actually can be used on the face and body. I have actually tried it on my neck here, because I get quite sore muscles around my neck. I've got scoliosis, and sometimes I get really sore around here, obviously from my spine being curved. And I did actually try it there, and it did help. But obviously today we're focusing on the face. So I've been using this device now for, I'd say, about 3 weeks, and I have definitely noticed a difference. I took some before pictures, and I'm going to take some after pictures today, because sometimes it's easier to see in a photo. And I'll pop these on the screen for you now. So as you can see from the before and after pictures, my jowls are what I noticed the most. So they've actually, you know, lifted over the last few weeks, which is great. I've been using the device every other day, which is what I would recommend. I think every day is a little bit excessive, but every other day is a good amount of time to use the device. I've also noticed the lines around my eyes have diminished, and my forehead, 100%. I've noticed a huge difference in my wrinkles on my forehead and my glabella lines as well, which is something I've always been really conscious of. So yeah, I would say straight off the bat, before we go into anything else, this works. It really works, and I'm really, really happy with the results. So as I showed you, this is the box, and then inside the box, you open it up and you have your instruction leaflet at the front here, which is actually a really good leaflet because it shows you a picture demo of how to use the device. So yeah, you get your there's actually 3 functions. So we have the slim function, which is what is going to slim your face. So kind of lifting it here, so it'll make this bit look slimmer, which it definitely has done for me. And around here. And then we have the up function, which is going to lift all your muscles up. So it's going to give you that kind of like facelift effect. I have used that on and off. And then we have, as I say, the body one as well, which is the strongest pulse, which, yeah, is going to tone your muscles on any of your other areas on your body if you want to use it that way. Then inside, we also get the actual device. This is quite weighty, which for me is a good thing because it means it's good quality. So the device is like this. So on the actual display itself, we have our on button here. I'll just pop it on for you. So we've got our on button there. And then, as I say, we've got slim, up and body. So you can change the mode just by holding this bit down here. Like that. And we can also change the intensity. So to start off, you're going to want to use it on the lowest intensity and build your way up. Bearing in mind, I've been using this for 3 weeks. I started off on 1 and that was plenty for me. And I'm now actually on my forehead area. I'm on the highest setting and the rest of my face, I'm on 1 down from that. So you just press the button once and it'll change the intensity for you. Another thing that's really, really good about this is that it gives 2-second beeps. So I don't know if you can hear. There you go. So it gives a beep every 2 seconds. So it doesn't mean you're going to be watching the clock. And then you also get your USB charging cable in here as well, which is like that. So it's one of those, like a Samsung cable. But yeah, so, you know, fully rechargeable. I will say, bearing in mind I've been using this for 3 weeks, I haven't charged it once. That cable hasn't been used yet. So obviously it really does hold its charge. So you also get this really handy little stand as well, which I think is great. So you can keep it on, you know, your bedside table or your dressing table or whatever. And it just sits in there like that. So it looks really nice as well. And then obviously you have your barrier cream. So this is a booster gel. This is the Age-R booster gel. This in itself is actually a really good gel. You can get, a lot of people have said to me in the past when I've reviewed devices like this, you know, what happens when you use up the gel? Is it expensive to repurchase? Some of them can be. And I will say that if you would prefer not to use that gel, I will say as well that this is actually a really good gel. The properties in it in itself, which I'll go into in a minute, are really good for the skin. And I actually have 2 of these now. But you can get from places like Sally's and things like that, you can get microcurrent gels as well, which are obviously a lot cheaper. They just don't have the benefits for the skin that these products will have. So the gel itself actually contains niacinamide. It also contains soluble collagen, and it also contains hyaluronic acid as well. So they're all properties and products that are really good for the skin regeneration, things like that. So yeah, it is actually a really good product in itself. As I say, I have got 2 now. 3 weeks, and I still have, this is the first one that I've used, and I've still got just under half of a tube left, which is really good, bearing in mind I've been using this every other day. Right then, so I'll just show you a little demo of how the device works as well. Right, okay, so hair out my face. Do excuse this, it's a burn. I used an acid peel and I left it on for too long. My fault completely. But yeah, I'm just waiting for that to heal. So just ignore that. So I'm going to be using the slim mode. So it's this one just here. So with this, you get the gel and you actually apply it to the probes themselves. So it's these bits just here. So just pop about that much on each of the probes. These actually rotate, so obviously that's quite good because when you're using it on your face, they're going to roll, they're not going to drag. So we turn it on, as I say, with the power button. So just hold that in and it will turn it on. We're going to stick to the slim mode. And then, as I say, if you're going to be using it for the first time, I would stick to number 1. Obviously, I'm a bit more used to it now. So I'm going to go up to, I'll do it from number 2 today just to show you. Well, we'll try it anyway. Right, so we're going to start off by contouring the jowl or the jaw just here. So what I do is I just kind of do that quickly. You need to use a gel. Don't put this straight onto your face without anything, because you will get a shock and it will hurt. So make sure that you do use that gel in between. With the gel, you're fine, but without it, no. So, right, I'm going to start off from my chin. And then work my way up to there. So that's 1. So I'm going to do that 30 times. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it up 1 because it's not enough for me now. So I'm going up to number 3. And you'll see my muscles twitching. It's really funny actually, but you'll see my muscles twitching around this area just here. And that there, what was that, 6? That there is where the muscles are contracting and then loosening, which is exactly what you want. So I'll just finish this round. So those movements, I wasn't doing that myself. It's involuntary. It's just the muscles, as I say, contracting, and that is due to the electronic stimulation from the device. Right, so then after we've done that area, we're going to move on to the cheek muscle. So I'm going to apply a little bit more gel again. I am trained in this, by the way. I've got a qualification in doing this on clients. I'm a trained beautician. Right, so for the cheek area, we're going to go from the bottom and then up to around here. So not right up to the eye. We're going up to this bone just here. So we're going to do this in kind of like a third section. So we're going to go here, overlap slightly to here, and then overlap slightly to here as well, and from the chin upwards. Right, so you will feel this in your teeth. That is normal, perfectly normal, and it literally lasts seconds. So once you've finished doing this, you're not going to feel that anymore. So from the bottom, and you'll see the twitching. This time you're going to see it around the top of my lip just here. It still works on this area, but obviously where the muscles are weaker, they're going to twitch more. So up. Oh, you see it a little bit in my eye as well. Okay, so that for me is 6. So I'm going to repeat that and complete that side of my face as well. Okay, so that's that side. I don't know if you can see, but straight after using it, I can always tell that this side definitely looks puffier and less lifted than this side. So that is straight after just doing that half of my face. What I'm going to do, oh God, she knows. What I'm going to do is completely do this side of my face and show you the difference afterwards straight away. And then I'll just continue and do the other half. Right, so then I'm going to go just under my eye. So I'm not going right onto this kind of squishy area just here. Again, I'm concentrating on this hard area over the bone just here. And we're going to lift in this motion. When you do this, you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to drag the skin. So just very lightly, you're going to go over here. And one of the probes is going to kind of come from here. So you're going to go underneath the cheekbone on one probe and over the cheekbone on the other one, which is going to give us that lift on the eye. And as I say, I do this for 30 seconds on each eye. So I'm going to do 15 rounds on this eye. I'm going to turn it down to number 2 for the eye. So we go number 2. Okay, and then you have to have both connectors on the skin to complete the circuit. So you've got a positive and you've got a negative electrode on these. So they both need to be attached to the skin, obviously, to complete the circuit, otherwise it's not going to work. So we're going to start off here. You will really see my eye twitching on this, it's fine. And go up to just under the temple. So that's 1, 2, and I'm not pressing too hard. 3, and then I'm going to complete that for another 15. I don't know if you can see again that this eye is slightly more lifted. You can, if you look at my eyelids, you can see that this one, oops, without poking myself in the eye, this one is slightly wider than this one. Right, so we're going to move on to the forehead now. I actually use this one on the top. The forehead is obviously a very tight area. There's a lot of bone here from your skull. So you will probably need to up it by 1 more than you will use on the rest of your face, because it's not as sensitive an area. Because this is quite bony, the muscle is a little bit deeper than it is on the rest of your face. And again, on each side, it's kind of like in 3 again. So for this one, we're going to lift, you kind of look at your brow and where your arch is. So you lift in here, and then you're going to go in the middle and lift here, and then you're going to go at the front. So just over where this kind of like your right hand glabella line is, and you're going to lift up there as well. And then you're going to repeat that on the other side. But as I say, I'm just doing this side for now. So I've got it on the maximum this time. And on this one, you will see this part of my, like, I've got one eyebrow that will be pulling up. It's quite funny. Right. So we're going to go up on that one, middle, and front. Okay, and again. And front, I'll show you one more. So that's 6. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to repeat that now for the rest of the 30 times. Okay, so there is that one done. So again, as you can see, it's nothing to do with my eyebrows. Let me just push them up as well. This side is more lifted than this side. So we've got the lifted side, and we've got the side that's obviously slightly less lifted. And I can really tell. I don't know if you can on camera, but I can really tell. That's from one use. So obviously using it every other day, you're going to get that look, but on a more permanent basis. Right then, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the other half of my face. I'll do that off camera, and then, yeah, I'll be back. And that's the session all completed. So it's pretty quick, pretty easy. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. The first time you use it, you might be a bit like, oh, each time you put it on, but that's all it is. It's not an electric shock. It's more of a shock, because you're not expecting that feeling, but it doesn't hurt or anything like that. You will, I'd say after about 3 uses, you'll get used to it. And as I say, you'll get to the point where you'll be like, I can't really feel it too much now, and you'll want to turn it up. So yeah, with regards to that, gauge it by yourself. If you're getting to the point where you can't see the twitching anymore, or you know, you can't feel the pull as much, just whack it up one and just keep going until, you know, you get to the top, like number 4. But yeah, and then just keep using it from there. But yeah, I can definitely tell a difference, 100%. Yeah, I think it's an absolutely brilliant device. And bearing in mind, I do actually have one of these that's a professional device. for an at-home device that, you know, anyone can use in the correct way, of course, then I think this is a great product. I really do. So as always, I'll leave any links to the products down below in the description box for you. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching and found it useful as well. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me, wrapped up nice and neat, baby.